I recently wrote a rap about the benefits of sensible pension planning.
Oh, you've got David's interest.
Could you do a bit of that rap, or...?
I don't really remember it.
You've forgotten it?
Yeah, it was a while back.
You said recently?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm new here.
How did it come about?
I do a lot of adverts for people, and they want me to rap for them. I'm a musician as well as a TV chef, and I normally rap about stuff for money.
Very honest about it.
So you were commissioned by essentially an advertising agency?
Yeah, the pensions from the government.
Do you remember any of the lines from the rap?
I know a part of it went, pension.
I'm going to say something. As an actor, often when you finish a show, the whole thing goes. As soon as you have done your last show, you cannot remember a
Only he didn't, because he just sang 2 lines.
Yeah,
No, what he did, Gabby, was he went, pension, pension.
What he should have done is put a little bit of the rap away each month, and then...
Can you remember the specifics of what the rap was trying to get across?
It was about just taking away the stigma of pensions.
Stigma.
I don't think people aren't ashamed of their pensions. I think, my parents, I think they're quite pleased. They've got pensions. They're happy to take their pension money and use it to live with.
And have you remembered any more of it in the intervening minutes?
I'm under a lot of pressure right now.
Yes.
So I can't... There's a lot of tension about the pensions.
That'll do.
There we go. He's writing my lyrics now.
So what do you reckon?
I'm not aware of a recent government campaign to raise awareness and get rid of the stigma of pensions among young people.
I don't think you not being aware of this campaign should direct us in one way or another.
You think
because
it might?
I don't think your algorithm is what they would aim Big Zoo's adverts.
You get those walk-in bath adverts, don't you? Come on then, David Mitchell.
So you think it might be true?
I'm weighing towards truth. Yeah, I think it's true.
We're going to go true then.
OK, you're going to go with your team. Zoo, they think it's true. Was it true or was it a lie?
It is true.
Yeah!
I once faked a school trip to fool my mum into letting me go to France.
David's team.
So you faked a school trip?
Faked a school trip.
How? What did you say?
My mother was extremely strict. Never let me go anywhere or do anything. I was 17. I wanted to go to France. I was studying A-level French. So I tricked her into thinking it was imperative for me to go on this trip.
I'd have thought if it was an educational thing, most mums would be all for it, wouldn't they?
That's the point she's just made.
No. My mother was super overprotective of us.
Right.
Like, she didn't let us go anywhere. She had a scrapbook of bus and train crashes. That she'd bring out and go, you see these children? They went on their school trip and now they are dead. Stuff like that.
Wow. Was there actually a school trip?
No, there was no school trip. I went on my own. But
So did you just tell your very strict, fearful of death mother, there's a school trip? And she went, OK, there's a school trip.
I basically got all my friends to turn up at the train station with suitcases.
You're not serious.
To make it look like it was a school trip.
And they weren't going to France with you?
No. And then my mum came, said goodbye, and then we all got on the train and they got off at the next stop.
Where did you go in France?
I went to Touraine.
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 Why did you go to Touraine?
Because there was a French course there, and the council gave free trips for kids who were studying A-levels.
So you actually lied to your mum to go to France, but actually went to a French course?
Yeah.
So you didn't go clubbing or go out and do anything? You
I did
actually
that.
went and studied?
I did that. I slept with a guy while I was there, but I didn't go...
But you also
initially
did
to study.
So it was part fun, part academic?
Yeah.
What year was this?
I'm going to say the 80s.
Because I was there in the 80s.
Yeah. 80s, yeah.
So how long was it?
It's me!
I remember you.
I thought you were black.
What are you thinking, Wallace?
The way that Gina talks about her mum is the same way that I sort of, you know, Sri Lankan parenting is very, very similar. What I can't understand is how you wouldn't be just incredibly anxious, because if even there was the slimmest chance of your mum finding out, you would not be with us today.
No.
What do you think, Jessica?
I think it's completely 100% true.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, completely.
Do you know what I liked? Touraine. Not Paris.
No.
It's not obvious, is it? Touraine. Who knows? But yes, that's the sort of thing, a place in France. Yes, my town is twinned with Touraine. They've got a biscuit factory. I think it's true.
You're going to say true? Gina, truth or lie?
It is true.
Bono once fixed the flush on my downstairs loo.
Please, team.
Is that a euphemism?
Might be worth saying, Kimberley, for some of the younger viewers, Bono, of course, is the lead singer of Spandau Ballet. Sorry, you too.
I thought you were going to explain what a loo was.
And so what happened?
So we were on tour in Ireland.
And when are we talking about, Kimberley? What year would
So
this
this would have been like mid-2005-ish, I reckon.
OK.
And we were staying in these kind of like apartments. So it was the toilet downstairs in the apartment.
OK.
So basically, I went out to like the concierge type bit in the apartment block.
Bono wasn't working as the concierge, was he?
And Bono actually happened to be in the reception area at the same time. So I start shouting off that the loo's blocked. So then we start chatting, and then he's like, "Oh, sure, I'll fix the loo."
Was he wearing sunglasses?
Yeah, he always wears sunglasses.
That is him.
Is that it?
Always wears sunglasses.
So how exactly did Bono unblock that toilet?
So he lifts up, what's it called? The cistern. Fiddles around with that floaty thing, the ball cock, and he's like, Bob's your uncle. Life lesson learned from Bono. Brilliant.
Were all girls allowed in the same apartment?
No, we had two between us.
Who were you with?
I was with Cheryl.
So you and Cheryl, what, in a twin room?
No,
or do you have your
we
own
had
bedroom?
our own rooms. I got carried away.
If I was getting carried away, I would have said twin beds, I'd have said a double bed, wouldn't I? And trust me, I wouldn't have had in the background the idea that your toilet was blocked.
What are you thinking, Sam?
Oh, can I ask, being in like a famous pop group, is that just a roller coaster?
Yes, it is. It really
It's quite a very general question, Sam.
I think it's true. I think that it's not you in your highest moment, so I think to present this is really brave.
The bit I don't like is the concierge going, yes, I'll just sort that out for you. Wait a minute, I'll sort this out. Oh, it's right, Bono from U2 is going to do it, that's all right.
So what do you think? Is it the truth?
I think it's a lie.
All right, we'll go with lie.
OK, you're going to say it's a lie. Kimberley, was it a lie or was it actually the truth?
It was, of course, a lie.
On an American tour, I was repeatedly stopped by customs officials because I'd been pranked by Rod Stewart.
David's team.
Right. That's
Rod Stewart is a popular singer.
Thank you. So you're on tour in America?
Yes.
The United States of?
And South America.
South America where?
Brazil.
Just Brazil?
Yeah, forget the Rod Stewart bit. This is the real interesting bit.
OK, so we were doing a show, and Rod Stewart was there.
Which of the countries of the Americas did Rod Stewart attend your show in?
Well, this was in Ireland.
Had he come just to see McFly?
No, he was doing the same show. It was a toy show.
A toy show?
Yeah, at Christmas time. Big celebration, loads of toys.
Yes.
And McFly and Rod Stewart.
Was it a dream you had?
So Rod was there, and he's like, "Hey, Danny!" And I'm like, Hey, Rod!
Sure you haven't been watching Rocky?
So he said, do you want a lift?
Does he mean drugs?
He went back home. He's like, well, I'll give you a lift on my jet.
Wasn't he sailing?
Very good, that. He said, oh, I need your passports. So we get on the plane, give our passports to him, and then fly to London.
Right.
So then we get a call from our tour manager. I think he was applying for a visa. So then he was like, guys, bad news. And he'd drawn willies on our heads.
Rod Stewart?
Like, yeah.
So
on our
Rod
passport.
Stewart?
Oh, on your passport?
Yeah, no, on
Just assumed that he just fell asleep on the plane.
So did this mean they wouldn't recognise you at customs unless you drew a willy on your own?
It wasn't fun travelling around. Every customs were like, you think that's funny? Like, no, but you won't. The story is, Rod Stewart drew it.
Well, it's going to delay you a lot if you tell this story.
When you told people at customs that Rod Stewart had drawn these appendages on your head, did they believe you?
Well, no, so we stopped saying that.
Why would Rod Stewart be performing at a toy show in Ireland? That doesn't add up.
Oh, but it's all right for McFly to do that, is it?
Right, time to go for a guess, David. What do you think?
I think it's false.
You think it's...
I don't think it's true.
You don't think it's true? I think it's true. I'm not confident enough to overrule. I'm just, you know...
Well, what are you doing in the captain's seat, then, you coward?
Despite my scepticism, we're going to say, as a team, that we think that's a lie.
You think it's a lie? OK, Danny, was it a lie or were you actually telling the truth?
I was actually telling the truth.
I was once a body double for a head lice advert.
David's team.
What do you mean a body double?
I had head lice at the time. OK. They show the boy, and then they show the back of the head with the lice. I was not the boy, but that back of the head, and those are my lice.
So when they were casting the advert, they thought, well, we can't cast someone who's necessarily infested themselves.
The lady who invented the comb, it was her son.
Which comb are we talking about?
The Knitbusters comb.
Knitbusters?
Yeah.
So is the person that invented the comb for head lice...
Yeah.
Her son was in the advert?
It's called nepotism, David.
Odd name for your son.
Yeah. Where are we in Australia, Sam?
Oh, you're not having one of your breakdowns again, are you?
This is in Queensland, dude.
How did they know you had head lice? Because you don't advertise that, do you?
Best friends with this guy, yeah. Him and I were as thick as thieves.
Right, so was it like one of them shopping channels?
Weirdly, I think it was on the news. It was at the end of the news, they'd be like, and now we've got this comb.
So it's on the news?
Yeah.
I thought you said it was an advert.
Here are the head lice.
Yeah. I think it was a thinly veiled advert, and, you know, so sue me.
You think it was advertorial? That's what you're saying. When was this?
I was pretty young at the time. 10 or 11.
When was that?
When I was in primary school.
Yeah,
we realise that. We're trying to ascertain the year.
A year on it.
Maybe year 6, I guess. No way, I was much younger.
You haven't said what you had to do in this advert or this appearance.
So I just was the back... You know, like, any time you see someoone's hands in a movie, that's not really their hands.
That's not true.
That is true.
What you mean is sometimes when you see someone's hand.
I think every time.
Not every time. Sometimes when they scratch their face, that's their hand. If you see Tom Cruise scratching his face, there's not someone going...
Cruise has got a scratcher. Cruise has got a scratcher.
So, in the 1990s, there was a breakthrough in the treatment of nits in Australia. A new comb was marketed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was so great about it? What was new about it? That the previous
I think
nit
the
combs...
spacing between the teeth on this comb was just really gobsmacking.
Up until then, they were like that far apart. They just...
Unless it's a very big nit.
Yeah. It's the obvious design feature to tinker with on a comb, isn't it?
How did you feel when they offered you this? Because in the one level, oh, I'm going to be on the telly, but showing my nits.
I mean, I know this guy who was dancing in a window to get his foot in the door.
All right, well, what do you think?
You know, mainly because you mixed up advert and news. Otherwise, I'm totally buying it.
Me, I think definitely lie.
I think lie. I think we do think it's a lie. I mean, you have a disconcerting presence.
No.
So in
You
a
say
way...
the warmest things to the guests, David.
But there's also something ghostly about you. I wouldn't be surprised if at the next recording they said, wasn't it weird that on Lee's team we only had one guest? I said, no, there was another guest, Sam. He was from Australia. And Rob says, there is no such place. But I think we think it's a lie.
They're saying it's a lie.
It's a lie.
Sam, truth or lie?
There's true.
No!